I I find it so fascinating how the human mind works. How our ego, our identity, perceives itself and others. Oh God, slow down so I can get anything out, please. Do you ever find that when you realize something, people tend to behave in usually one of two ways, right? Like they either realize something and they're like, oh my God, and they have to tell everybody because they think they're the only ones who woke up to that information. They're the only ones who realize that they're genius and they have to spread the news and tell everyone. And then you have other people who have an awakening, a understanding, a breakthrough. And then they're like, oh my God, everybody knew but me. I look like a fool and I'm paranoid. Everybody knew and they were setting me up, right? So it's like it can go one of two ways. But there's always more than two ways. But that seems to be the majority, usually fall in one category or the other. But you can always float up and out of all the noise, where you're not identifying with any of it, where you're not allowing your ego to run the show, your identity to run the show, your many identities to run the show, whatever the case may be, and you just release it all and just observe what is occurring and how people are choosing, because that's what's happening. Everything they're doing, they're choosing. I was just watching a show. It was a podcast, an interview of somebody who was in the CIA previously, and telling all these exciting stories and all this stuff. And I thought, isn't that interesting? Like, that's how he chose to live his life. And of course, he identified as a hero, right? Like, he did something good. He was benefiting. And others, right? Like, he thought he was. And everybody does. And it's all also comical because it's like, oh, well, when you get washed away tomorrow, things will still go on like they always do. Not one of us here is so important and pivotal, although we will convince ourselves of such in whatever world we live in, right? Like, to no matter how small you are to how big you are in this world, as far as authority over another, it seems like that is important to one's identity, that you have some form of power, right? So they're showing me, like, even somebody, the grocery clerk, right, like, is ahead of the bag boy, right? And so it gives him that sense of identity, that sense of importance, that sense of he matters. To the head of a nation, right? Like, he thinks he matters. If he dies tomorrow, the nation will crumble. It'll be the end of the world, which never is the case. Everything will work its way out. Of course, there's struggles and bumps along the road with everything, but there's no single person here who is pivotal. They will swear they are, and it's almost like the identity does everything it can to set itself up so that it can prove itself right? That you will miss me. I am important. Right? And it's like, okay, no, that's the ego talking. Right? Like, it is so comical how it's our ego so desire that identity, that grasping, that grounding, that assurance. And it is just interesting watching all of us. In other words, we all do this. It's not just the big egos you see swinging in the news. It's all of us, all the way down to the most minuscule person who seems meek and quiet in the corner, is also, to a degree, having that ego identity battle, right? Like, so it's just where you are in the spectrum. And and we torment ourselves. Our ego torments us, right? It's like our ego torments us to fall in line with what it wants, or we get tortured, right? That's why you have to bust through those illusions, right? You're torturing yourself either way. So stop choosing A or B and see what else you got up in there, right? Like bust through it all so you can rise above it. Otherwise, you are held captive any which way you slice it. And it really is your ego running the show. And we're all doing this, right? It's like the second you think you're not, you're like, fuck. You see it. You see another slice of the pie.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.